Okay, this is our trip to the railroad station with Rescue. It's a benchmark in our training because there's a lot of activity there. There's people, there's, you know, all types of things. I consider it the epicenter of environmental stimulation because it has everything there. It has loudspeakers, it has trains, it has different surfaces, it's got birds, people, things that we take for granted. Dogs don't necessarily understand at all. They don't know what a train is. They don't know what a flagpole bouncing back and forth is. So we as humans need to understand that, and in Rescue's case that's even huger. So he's got his little training vest on. He's nervous in the car, and he acts out sometimes in the car by barking at other cars, so we have to recondition him, so to speak. But you can't recondition or rehabilitate a dog unless you know what's triggering the behavior. Most of his problems are fear motivated. Some of it's dominance with other animals. And dogs, like people, can have all these different emotions or personality traits. You can be dominant one minute and be afraid of flying the next minute, or afraid of heights. So you can possess all these things separately and at the same time. So just like human aggression, most of the time it's motivated by fear or triggered by fear. Sometimes it's in a mixed martial art fight, it's triggered by dominance. So it gets a little tricky, and you have to understand all these things, and that's kind of what we try to do, is understand the individual animal. So we're going to go. Camille is going to handle the dog at the train station, and we'll see how this goes. It's cold out, and we'll just see how things go. Yeah, so he's definitely nervous in the car. Here we are at the train station. My hands are shaking because I had too much coffee, and it's cold out. But anyway, so the thing is to slow things down. So if he has a fear of cars, the last thing we want him to be able to do is jump in and jump out quickly. So he needs to stay there. And we have a whole process of doing this, but really this has kind of just come to my attention now, this little fear of the car. You see him shaking, and I understand it 100%, because in a car, the world is moving around him. He doesn't know what a car is. He doesn't know why the cars next to him are moving. He doesn't even know what a car is, so he doesn't know why his world is constantly moving. So it's frightening. It's frightening to the dog. So how we desensitize him is just like Camille's doing. She's taking her time, and if I really want to fix this problem, I'd spend hours. I'd feed him all his meals in the car, and I would just stand here and we'd drive, and I'd address all these things. And then he would become confident in a car, or at least maybe not confident, but he'd understand it. We take gravity for granted, electricity, all these things as humans we take for granted. Dogs know nothing about it. So I'm going to cut for a few minutes, and then we'll get walking around the train station, which has got a lot of stuff going on here. So we waited about 5 minutes or so, and if you looked earlier, he wouldn't even accept food because he was so afraid. So this is analogous to trying to eat a dinner while your plane you think is crashing or coming to an emergency landing. You just can't do it. So now Camille spent this, you know, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. He finally laid down, but she's not going to let him jump out. And now he's able to take food. So everything requires such a great deal of patience. Okay, then she's going to let him out, and we're going to go for a walk. She said okay, which releases him. Good, and she's going to take off, and we're going to try to, she's not going to let him pull, and she's going to ask him to heel. And good, and now his tail's up, because this is something he knows now. Heeling is a behavior he knows. All right, so here we go. He's at a perfect heel, and there's a lot of things happening at a train station, as I said, that we take for granted. Just the change of surface, just that this is cobblestone. She's going to walk by this fella coming, and we're going to see if he shows any interest. She's relaxed. Good. Then an about turn, he follows. There's no tension on the leash. You see how relaxed Camille is? She's relaxed. He's nervous because of the PA system. We know what a PA system is. He thinks it's God talking from the heavens. Make a left. Just be careful. Good, good. Fast pace. Normal. Go right. Go right, towards me. Do a left about turn. Praise him. Praise. Left about turn. Praise him. Little faster. Good. Nice. Make a right and give him some free time on the grass. This is wonderful. Ask him to sit. She's going to give him free time, psychological free time. Good boy, Rock. Rocky, I got my dogs mixed up. Rescue. Good, so now he's on free time. And you see he's relaxed. Tail's up, ears are forward now. He's not stressed. I'm going to cut for a few minutes. Okay, so now we're still doing our work at the train station. So we don't need an obstacle course. We don't have to go someplace or buy an obstacle course. Because our environment is our obstacle course. So I used to live in the police department. Police dog trainers would go out and buy jumps and steps and stairs and walls. And we have it in our environment. So we just go into the real world. So Camille is going to do some agility work by just simply going up a stair. Go ahead. Going up a stair that is on a platform with trains coming. She's doing great. You're going to make a right. And you're going to come to a stop, make a right. Good dog, she praises. And just by virtue of this is fantastic. He now has a different perspective on the world. He's nervous. But because Camille is not nervous, he's getting his confidence from her. He's on a train platform. Look at the dog looking at her as though she has food. This is fabulous. She's going to step out with her left foot and come down the steps. And he's going to be nice and relaxed. This is marvelous, marvelous. Nice and slow. Make a left. Perfect, 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 perfect. Go down, then you're going up the ramp. Here comes a train. We're going to see how the dog reacts to that. To him, he's getting nervous. That is it. Make a left. To the dog, the whole ground is shaking. There's an earthquake going on. He does not know the concept of a train, mass transit. That is like a pterodactyl going by. All the way up. Fabulous. Then there'll be people coming off the train. And I'm going to cut a little bit. This is fabulous. Make a left. Whoop. And then you're coming down the steps. And we see a lot of commuters coming off the train. This is fabulous. And he's very methodical coming down. Make a left. And I'm going to cut for a minute. Beautiful. Hi, rescue boy. Good dog. Keep going.